Let me show you something. This right here, 99-cent can of beans, maybe $1.50 if you are in a fancy grocery store. This can sitting on a shelf in literally every grocery store in America can trigger some of the same hormones that Ozempic triggers. Now, hold on. I'm not saying beans are Ozempic. I'm not saying you should throw away your GLP-1 medication and start eating chili instead. That's not what this video is about. What I'm saying is this: there is real, true, scientifically proven hormone response that beans set off in your body. And once you understand how it works, you're going to look at this humble little can completely differently. So grab your favorite drink and let's talk about beans. Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Khalid. I'm a board certified internal medicine and obesity medicine specialist, and I make videos to help you understand your body, your metabolic and gut health. Everybody is talking about Ozempic. Everybody wants the GLP-1 effect, that feeling of being satisfied, not constantly hungry, and feeling in control around food. But here's the thing: your body already makes GLP-1 hormone every single day. It's a hormone you produce naturally, right in your gut, every time you eat. And there are foods, real, cheap, ordinary foods that help your body make more GLP-1 naturally. Beans are one of the best examples there is. So today I'll break down exactly how beans work, the science, what the studies actually show, and how to use beans in your own kitchen starting tonight. Okay, so let's back up for a second. What even is GLP-1? GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. Just think of it as your body's natural I am full signal. Here's how it works. You eat a meal, special cells lining your gut sense the food and they release this hormone GLP-1 straight into your bloodstream. GLP-1 hormone does three things. It tells your pancreas to release insulin so your blood sugar doesn't spike too high. It slows down how fast your stomach empties so you feel full for longer, and it travels up to your brain and says, hey, you've had enough. You can stop eating now. Ozempic and other GLP-1 medications work by giving you a stronger, longer-lasting, man-made version of this exact same hormone. So the real question is, can you get your body to make more of its own GLP-1 naturally, just by eating differently? And that's where the beans come in. Let me show you exactly how. It comes down to two or maybe three things hiding inside this can of beans: fiber and something called resistant starch, and then protein. Part 1, fiber slows everything down. Beans are loaded with fiber. A single cup has around 13 to 15 grams of fiber. That is actually more than most people get in an entire day from everything else they eat combined. Now, fiber doesn't get broken down quickly like sugar or white bread does. It just sorts of sits there, soaking up water, turning into this thick gel-like substance in your stomach and intestines. Beans act like a sponge. They slow down how fast food moves through the gut. And that slow movement, that's mechanically very similar to what Ozempic does when it delays your stomach emptying. Part 2, the resistant starch feeds your gut bacteria. Beans contain something called resistant starch. It is a special kind of carbohydrate that resists digestion in your stomach and small intestine. It just keeps traveling all the way down to your large intestine. And down there, it runs into trillions of bacteria that live in your gut. Good bacteria, and those bacteria absolutely love resistant starch. They ferment it. Basically, they eat it and break it down. When that fermentation happens, it produces little molecules called short-chain fatty acids. And those short-chain fatty acids are like a doorbell. They ring the bell on special cells in your gut called L cells. And when those L cells get rung, guess what they release? GLP-1, your own natural GLP-1. So you've got two things happening at once. The fiber is physically slowing digestion down, just like Ozempic does, and the resistant starch is feeding your gut bacteria, which trigger your own natural release of GLP-1, the exact same hormone Ozempic is designed to copy. That's the Ozempic effect from a can of beans. It's not magic, it's just biology. Now, let's talk about the clinical evidence. Multiple studies have shown that resistant starch, the kind found in beans, does increase the release of GLP-1 in the body. Studies also show that resistant starch reduces how high your blood sugar spikes after a meal and improves insulin sensitivity over a period of time. That's a big deal for metabolic health, regardless of what it does for hunger. So, what does that mean for you? It means beans are not a replacement for Ozempic. They are not going to give you the same powerful, sustained appetite suppression that an injection like Wegovy or Ozempic does. But what they do give you is real, measurable support for your blood sugar, your insulin, and your gut hormone system. The same system Ozempic works on, just gentler, just more natural. And here's something worth remembering. This isn't a one-time effect. The more consistently you eat beans, the more your gut bacteria adapt and actually get better at producing those short-chain fatty acids. Let me ask you, do you eat beans and what are your favorite beans? Now, beans do something else really important. They feed your gut microbiome. Remember those short chain fatty acids I talked about? One of the main one is called butyrate. And butyrate is basically fuel for the cells that line your colon. It helps keep that lining strong and healthy. A healthy gut lining matters for so much more than digestion. It's connected to inflammation levels, your immune system, and even your mood. Beans are also what we call a prebiotic. That means they're food for the good bacteria already living in your gut. Not the bacteria themselves, but the fuel that helps the good ones thrive and multiply. And here's a fun fact. Studies on population who eat the most beans, like parts of Mediterranean and Latin America, consistently show lower rates of heart disease, better cholesterol numbers, and lower colon cancer risk. This is not a new discovery. Beans have been a foundation food for some of the longest living, healthiest populations on earth for centuries. We are just now understanding the hormone science behind why. And if you are vegetarian or vegan, I want to give you a special shout out here because beans are honestly one of the best tools. A cup of beans gives you around 15 grams of plant-based protein alongside all that fiber that I talked about. That combination, protein plus fiber, is one of the most filling combinations that exists in food. And remember what we talked about a couple of weeks back. Protein is essential for protecting your muscles, especially when you are trying to manage your weight. Beans let you get meaningful protein. So beans deserve a spot on your plate. Now, if beans are not already part of your diet, here's how to bring beans into your life starting today. Tip number 1, start with half a cup a day. Start with about half cup of beans a day. Add it to salads, a soup, or just on the side of your plate. Tip number 2, rinse canned beans well. Canned beans are completely fine. They're just as nutritious as dried beans. Just give them a good rinse under water first. This washes away a lot of the added sodium and also reduces some of the gas-causing compounds. Tip number 3, go slow if you're not used to fiber. If your gut isn't used to a lot of fiber, jumping in too fast can cause some bloating or gas. That's normal. It's your gut bacteria adjusting. Start small, drink plenty of water, and build up over a couple of weeks. Tip number 4, cool your beans before eating when you can. Here's a neat trick. When starchy foods like beans, rice, or potatoes cool down after cooking, they actually form even more resistant starch. So a cold bean salad or beans that were cooked the day before, reheated, have more resistant starch that help avoid big sugar spikes. Tip number 5, mix up your beans. Black beans, chickpeas, lentils, pinto beans, kidney beans. They all bring slightly different nutrients. Rotating between them gives your gut bacteria more variety to work with, which research shows supports an even healthier microbiome. Tip number 6, pair beans with your existing meals. You don't need a whole new diet plan. Toss beans into a soup you already make, add chickpeas to a salad, Swap half the meat in your taco filling for black beans. Small swaps add up fast. If you're already on a GLP-1 medication, beans are a fantastic side dish. The extra fiber helps support your gut while you're adjusting. And that's a gentle way to keep your digestion steady. Here is what I really want you to take from this video. We live in a world obsessed with the next big breakthrough, the next injection, the next miracle pill, and those things have real value. They have changed lives. But sometimes the most powerful natural tools were sitting on the shelf the entire time, quite unglamorous, costing you 99 cents. Your body already knows how to make GLP-1. Sometimes all it needs is the right fuel to do its job. All right, let's wrap this up quickly. Beans slow digestion through fiber, and they trigger your body's own natural GLP-1 release through resistant starch and short-chain fatty acid. That supports steadier blood sugar, better gut health, and more lasting fullness, all from a can that costs less than $1. Start with half cup a day, rinse your canned beans, go slow if your gut isn't used to fiber, and mix up your varieties. If this video gave you a new appreciation for something as simple as a can of beans, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this information. And trust me, somebody out there needs to hear that the foods that help support our health don't always have to be expensive. Subscribe if you haven't already. New video every week. Real food science and real evidence-based medicine. Stay happy, stay healthy and well. Bye for now.